Welcome to this look at a new mod map on Farming Simulator 25 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on Peaceful Acres. This map has been created using real-life terrain in the central Pennsylvania area. And I have to say, it's sweeping open countryside. If you like big farming, big equipment, big machinery, the Plains and Prairies pack stuff would be perfect on it. Well, any big equipment, let's just say that. So, this is by Nestee. It is 93.05 megabytes to download. There are no mods required to download. There are no custom crops. Contracts are available. We are at the start farm, so I'll say the slot count now. It's 1,112 on New Farmer. On Farm Manager and Start from Scratch, it's 1,024 if you take the standard configurations at the main menu. You can remove items, you can remove buildings and sheds and stuff like that. A lot of the spotlights all around the map can be removed as well. You'll see as we go around there's a lot more stuff that can be removed. I got it down to 943, but you can get it lower than that because there are some animal pens that I didn't remove because they have animal pens in. I mean, I could have done, but I didn't. I chose not to. The map looks like this. So, on New Farmer, we start with plot 3, plot 2, plot 1, or 1, 2 and 3, depending on which way up or down you go. We've got our start farm here, which is where we are. Now, in the centre here, we've got plot 30. If we click on that, plot 30, there we go. Plot 30 gives you all of that. Now, what's curious is our main farm is already on that, as are animal pens and a silo and stuff down here, as are a load of greenhouses here. So on New Farmer, well, I think all three game modes actually, you start with 11 productions. If we come down to here, you'll see them all. So, large greenhouses times 8. We do start with the spinnery, preserve food factory and grain mill because they are all up here. That is the dairy, that's just the sell points. There's our spinnery, preserve food factory and grain mill, and they are on the periphery, which we don't actually own on New Farmer yet, but it's 0 anyway, so you can buy it regardless. Field prices are probably what you'd expect for the size of the fields. Field 14, for example, 130 grand. Field 11, a little bit smaller, 91. Then we kind of work our way up to mid-sized fields at 481 grand. That one there, 604, and then the big one down here, 1,051,000. So, you know, kind of what you'd be expecting. But if you buy all the verges, the periphery, you've got all this woodland and stuff. Again, to do what you want with, cut it down, don't cut it down, adjust it, change it, add in what you want. That's entirely up to you. But my advice, as always, save your game first, just in case. So, at the start farm, now what I will say is, if you remove all the buildings and stuff here, it allowed me to remove everything apart from that shed. Water is here. There's a trash can, a garbage can bin just there, and this windmill. I couldn't remove any of those. Everything else it allowed me to remove, so I'm not quite sure why it wouldn't let me do those, but you'll be left with Walter here anyway. Now, as far as NPCs go, there's only Walter and Katie at the animal dealer, so don't worry, there's not stuff all over the place. There's not a sawmill. We do have a biogas plant which we'll get to later on, but dog kennel just over here for Shalazar, cool name. Sleeping wardrobe trigger. Wardrobe trigger here, sleep trigger just around the side of the building just there. And then we've got our pickup just here, and obviously Walter to chat to if you want to. I didn't actually, I'm going to double check that. I didn't come across... No, there aren't any. I suddenly thought, have I missed Dave? David's normally lurking somewhere regardless. He's normally hanging about, you know. Like a bad smell in a spacesuit, you know, that kind of thing. So, what's cool about this as well is, if you like your John Deeres, you're going to like this map. Header and header trailer just there. Let's do this, this. Because we start with 4 of them. 8R410s. Yep. With the special light. Now, these aren't, before anyone says you didn't show the modded stuff, these aren't modded. If we go into here, and we go to our large tractors, in case you haven't used an 8R or you haven't gone up to the large sizes, when we go up through our engine setup and we get to this next one here, it gives you this option down further. I'll show you. If we go to the 410, then go to this option there, do that, it puts the lightning pattern on, which I think is very cool. It's yeah, very nice indeed. So we do start with 4 John Deeres here. If we come up the sides here, harvester's just there, plough, trailer, forage wagon, cultivator, spreader, seeder just there. Across the way, bale and pallet storage. Now we do start off with stuff in this. 36 items out of a potential 250. We've got mineral feed, silage additive, herbicide, lime, solid fertiliser and seed already in there, which is quite cool. Oh, workshop. We're going to go back past the workshop. Workshop with the jet wash just there. And like I said, we've got all these spotlights around, and you'll see more of those as we go around. And then we've got an NL16 22 2000 silo, which is a 2 million litre standard crop types because it's base game stuff. There's nothing in it, and there's another one further over the map as well. There's nothing in that one either. But again, these can all be removed if you want to. And then we've got fields 3, 2, 1 off in that direction there. So that's the start farm. There's not another. There's not another farm. No, I suppose no. Technically there is, because this is where the animals are. So let's. Something I noticed the other day. Actually, I was checking something out. I went onto FS22 to check something. What was I checking for? Oh, it's the map that I did. The map tour. Yesterday? This morning, whatever it was. There you go. Workshop trigger and jet wash just there. The sprint speed or run speed on 22 is way faster than on 25. It's probably been mentioned before, but it was in very stark contrast. So I thought, whoa, this is quick. So where we start off here, and it's all kind of trees and it's all lovely, and we go ups and downs and dips and whatever. When we get out here into the open countryside, open farmland, it's very cool. It's like I say, if you like this open, sweeping landscape, you will not be disappointed on here at all. And again, because it is so open, it gives you a real feel of scale as you're driving along the sides of the fields, just how big it is. Now, I know this is only a standard map. I know there are 4x maps, and there, on PC, was there 16x on one of them? I'm trying to think. There's some crazy size maps. So yeah, this probably seems a bit daft and a bit twee to PC players, but it does give you a sense of enormity. Anyway, heading to the centre of the map, which was where the plot 30-bit was, which brought all the sort of outside edges and stuff. We've got our workshop, main vehicle shop, just here. This is the reset point for the map as well. Did I technically stop? Probably not enough to avoid a ticket if there had been a police vehicle there. So workshop trigger is just here, and our vehicle shop is over here. And like I say, this is the reset point on the map as well. From here, we're going to take a whiz right down to the southwest corner of the map. There's some interesting. I don't know. It's a curiosity. Do I want this one? No, next one. There's some of these roads, and the roads go on and on, and they suddenly stop. There's like a barrier. I'm not quite sure why the barriers are there. I mean, the track could just fade off, or it could be joined up, I suppose. There's nothing stopping you once you're on the land, joining up the dots if you want to. So, like I say, heading down southwest. Got a bit of a drive. I can go left and all the way around. I'll follow this one down, and then we'll nip across. I'm going to nip across a couple of fields, not through the fields, around the outside. You know me, even on a map tour, I'm not going to drive across someone's crops. That's not cool. But as I said, when I got the slot count down to 943, there are animal pens all down here, and I didn't remove any of the animals or the pens, so you can get that slot count lower. So if the animal pens aren't what you might use, you might want to use something different. There's nothing stopping you removing them. All the animal pens do start with feeding as well, which is pretty cool. So just here, we've got 3 chicken coops. Each one has got 11 out of 30. So 11, 11, 11 out of 30, 30, 30. And I do have feed in them already to keep them going. So we go to here, you'll see there's our chicken coop 1. Not a huge amount, there's a little bit of food in there. And if we go up, we've got chicken coop 2 and then chicken coop 3 there. So they've got a little bit of feed. We're going to come to the sheep barn and the cow barn in a minute. But again, you can see there, total mixed ration. There's a little bit of grass, and obviously there's the meadow. And then the sheep barn, they have got grass and meadow grass in there. And both of those are full as well. So let's whiz around the corner here. We've got 2 silage clamps. Now I couldn't remove these when I tried to. The spotlights I could, the silage clamps I couldn't. NL16 22 2000 silo there, another 2 million litre standard crop types. Cow barn just there. We have got in the cow barn, how many was it? 60 out of 211 potential cows. This is not one with the feed robot, it's a standard cow barn. These are all standard again. There's nothing in build mode over and above. And our sheep barn, sheep pen. This just has sheep in it. It doesn't have any goats in it. It can do goats, but it just has sheep in it at the moment. And this is holding 30 out of a potential 98 sheep in here. But like I say, if you want to put goats in, you can. From here, we're going to head north up the western side of the map. If you're keeping track, bottom left on the mini-map. If not, you can just take my word for it. But again, this is one of those ones, if, like I say, I know I've said it already, but if you like big, wide, open farming, especially like US map type stuff, but it's also got a lot of potential to it as well. So it's got whatever you need on here to get going straight away. You can just start farming. You know, you start with 4 John Deere tractors and a load of gear, so you can just get cracking right along. But there's a lot of potential for changing things, adjusting stuff, because you can get all of that land around the outsides and the inside for free. It does give you scope for expanding fields if you wanted to, or adding in more productions or decorative items or whatever it might be you decide to do. So straight up there around the back, that is the dairy. The same as the one on Riverbend Springs. It's that big, I still don't understand why it's this huge facility and it's just a sell point. I know we have got dairy productions in game, but yeah, so that's the sell point around the back there. Spinnery just here, and like I said, we do own these already off the start. So if I go to here, I haven't got to buy it, click on it, there we go, there's our spinnery just there. These buildings can be removed as well. The dairy can't, but the spinnery, the preserved food factory, which is the next one, can be removed, as can the grain mill if you want to. There's our preserved food factory that we own off the start as well, and our grain mill is just tucked away in the trees just here. There you go, there's our big moo. So from here, continuing north on our Pennsylvanian adventure, that little track there takes you down to a little pond. Not quite sure why it's fenced in, but it's fenced in. There's a little pond down there. To our left, in amongst the trees, with a little turning just to our left in a second, is the farmers market sell point. Just tucked away, nestled in the countryside. Next turning up is the greenhouses. So again, if you don't want to run these greenhouses, or you want to run different greenhouses, you can sell them. It is on the outskirts of the map, but we do have 8 large greenhouses just here. Again, kind of tucked away among the trees. There might be specific ones you prefer, ones that run faster, or you know, whatever it might be, different crop types, that kind of thing. But they are here. I'll show you. I mean, like I say, it's kind of obvious what I'm saying, but there you go. The camera. Ah, hang on a minute. Right, that's concerning. So it allowed me to sell the building, but the building didn't go. So I'm assuming I'd have to buy it back now. No. That, oh, be careful then. So I made an assumption, because the other buildings, I came up the side, I removed the other buildings, and they removed no problem at all. I made the assumption that you'll be able to remove the greenhouses too. Whilst it allowed me to sell them, I now can't buy it back. Oh, there you go. Buy production. Oh, you can. Just have to go a little bit further forward. There we go. So we can. Cool. All right. So you can't remove the buildings. Take that back then. Glad I checked that. I make the mistake, so you don't have to. Right, now, the next facility we're heading to is in the northwest, but we've got a little bit of a drive to get to it. You can see mini-map, it's just off through the trees that way, which I could have just driven through the trees. But, oh actually, saying there was nothing under build mode. What was under build mode? There was one item. Oh, I didn't write it down in my notes. I could have sworn there was an item. Where's the turning? There it is. What's very cool is when we get to the final point on the map we're going to go to, when we drive back out of there, you can see that sweep down across the countryside, which is great. Whoa, blimey. So we are heading out towards the animal dealer. And the tailors is out this way as well. So we've got the animal dealer, we've got Katie is out here. So like I said, we've got Walter, we've got Katie, we haven't got any others. We have got the animal dealer sell point. There's a manure and slurry buy point, and the tailors I've already mentioned, but that's right the way out over here, which we're going to get to in a moment. And then we're going to be zooming across the top of the map. So I guess, I mean, town's probably the wrong word, but little industrial area. It's not really a town. But I guess if you were looking on a real map, a lot of places would be like this. There wouldn't necessarily be a town. You'd have a lot of open countryside, and you might have a cooperative grain store. There might be a tractor manufacturer, or a tractor store. There's not necessarily going to be a town everywhere. And I kind of like that with this. There is another map out. It depends when this gets posted. Oh, blimey, it's late. It's late today. Mods didn't drop till quite late. Anyway, Katie's just over there. Yeah, we've got another mod map out today. I'm going to say this wrong. I know I am. Cibukova, I think it is Cibukova, which I think is a Polish map. That one's going to be a bit of a minefield. Anyway, so there we go. There's our animal dealer sell point. I was reading through the notes on that. There's a ton of new products and productions, 13 additional crop types. So this is quite tame in comparison. It's just quite straightforward. There's our tailors just there, and then around the back. Now, this is not a drive round. This is out and back. So manure point, and just over there you can see the slurry basin, just there. But I say this doesn't go all the way round, so you've got to come kind of back on yourself. Anyway, don't know what I pressed there. I do, but I pressed the wrong thing. Right. Onwards. It's surprising as well, considering it's a big open map. I think the way it's been done, and I guess because it is based upon real terrain, with that little bit we drove through the woods there that's got the little kind of riverbed creek type thing in it, it's not devoid of life's the wrong word. We have got stuff. The farm's out on the sides, and it's in amongst the trees and stuff, as was the farmer's market. It's not just a completely open, flat, boom, map. It has got a nice sweep. Undulations, yeah, potentially not as undulating as some maps, but undulating nonetheless. Watching out for traffic. Shouldn't be. There's a little barrier there. To our left, coming up, we've got the bakery just there. Now these are in addition to, and again, if you in addition to the ones we own, we come back to our menu here and come to there. So we go up on what we own to there and across. So bakery, biogas plant. Oh, is that because I sold two? Yes, they weren't there before. It's because I sold them. I meant to buy them back. Oil mill and tailor shop are here, so you can see what recipes can be done here. We already saw. We drove past the tailor shop. Bakery's just there. These are standard. Same with the biogas plant. I'm not going to buy it. It's 1.5 million, and I don't even need to say you get the land with it, because it's on this bit of land here that once you've purchased this middle section, let's go back to farmland, it's on that farmland anyway, so you kind of own the land. Be warned on that one as well. It's the same as it was with the greenhouses. You can sell the biogas plant, but the building doesn't go, so you get half the money back, but then you need to buy it back again if you want to. Our warehouse point is here, so for buying of pallets and things, if you want to buy pallets, there's a load of modded versions of pallet buy stations and stuff now, but we've got one on the map. Down the side, the warehouse sell point just here. And then if we go, actually we probably could have gone around there. We've got the oil mill to our left, which we're going to go past in just a moment. Just there. Now as we come around here, over the bumps, watch out for traffic. Gas station and Big Farmer's kiosk is just there. Actually, I didn't check as well whether there's any collectibles. It doesn't say in the description there are. So here's our biogas plant up on the hill. 2 large silage clamps at the back, and like I say, you can't sell any of this or the silage clamps, although it's owned on the verges, the periphery. But that being said, because it is, there's nothing to stop you placing other things on this space. You've got a lot of open ground, so I don't see any reason why you couldn't place more stuff on. The biogas plant is around the back, so again, it's a fairly sort of standard layout for a biogas plant that we kind of, I guess, expect to see on maps now. Let me just double check on here. Not there. On this menu here, across to statistics, collectibles collected 0 out of 0. So as far as I'm aware, there are no collectibles on the map. So what we're going to do now is, as we come to drive out of the biogas plant and we're kind of elevated a little bit, you kind of get that feel, that sweep of the landscape, which I think is pretty cool. Yeah, look at that out ahead of you. There you go. Fortune and glory laid out before you to do with as you wish. That's Peaceful Acres by Nestee. I hope you found all of this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then of course, please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.